Yes! Here we go!
Here we go. KR, what's up, man?
What up? What
Really?
up?
So I'm really interested. I really want to dive into the main topics of today, but as you know, we have this segment called the Reddit segment before we start, just to see, I just want to get your reaction to some very interesting stories in the Reddit community. So if you please bear with me for a minute.
Okay, okay. Come on, dude. Yo, come on, dude. Come on, man. Oh my god. Tell me the story.
So this is the story, right? So
Hey,
this is the
wait a
so
second. Before you start with the story, are you
yeah.
trying to get me out of the double touch show? Come on, man. I'm not trying to get me canceled for this.
This is
But spit it out.
okay.
Let's see. Let's see.
Okay. So this is the story. And I quote. So for the backstory about me, when I was younger, I was bullied for being fat.
Mm.
So when I got into college, I lost a lot of weight and gained muscle, and now I'm 6'5", weighing 240 pounds. So this is what we call in law a disclaimer. As in, the guy is saying, before I tell my story, let me give you some background information. So this is the story.
Glow up.
Me and my wife have been together since we were 25. We are
Mm.
now 32.
Mm.
And I'm and this is like the typical, just this is my disclaimer, a typical paragraph without dots. So without periods. So
Oh.
it's just everything
Did he,
written.
went
So
to, did he went to college or did he just sit in classes?
I have no clue. In any case, now we're 32 and have our baby. We had our baby 6 months ago.
Mm.
He's had a hard time taking care of him. So I've been helping in any way I can. So I haven't had much time to go back to the gym. I haven't gained that much weight, maybe 25 to 30 pounds, which is okay because I still look good. That's a humble brag. I
Mhm.
plan to go back to the gym when he gets on a better sleep schedule. So that's the baby. So when the baby gets on a better sleep schedule and my wife isn't so tired. She's recently been telling me that I'm getting fat. So she's recently been telling me that I'm getting fat.
Oh shit! I
Wait a
thought
minute.
it was the other way around. Oh, okay.
No, wait. I'm not done yet. I'm
Okay,
not done
okay.
yet. I'm not done yet. Okay. She's recently been telling me that I'm getting fat and I'm not as attractive as before.
Mm.
I mainly brush her comments off, but she's been doing this a lot recently and it's been making me upset. I've told her this and she said she'll stop, but she hasn't.
Bro.
So I told her, if you don't stop, I'm going to say something you are not going to want to hear. That's what we call a warning.
That's what we call toxic. Yes, it's just becoming very toxic. Continue.
She laughed and said, okay, while rolling her eyes. Remember, she rolled her eyes not because, they were having relations, because that clearly wasn't the case during that point. It was just like, whatever, whatever. So on Monday, she had called me fatty, not fat, fatty,
Ooh. Ooh.
and said I need to hit the gym before she calls my old classmates. Just to give context, let's go back to the disclaimer. at the beginning that he made. And I quote, "So, for some backstory about me, when I was younger, I was bullied for being fat." So the wife was saying, end quote. So the wife was saying,
Bro. Continue.
she said,
I don't
"I
even know
need
my
to
answer.
hit the gym. It's been 6 months. No, sorry. She said, and I need to hit the gym before she calls my old classmates." So that's basically telling, so she knows about, he's basically telling us that she knows about his past.
Yeah, he was open to her about his past, and now she basically weaponized his past against him. I guess there's only one way to stop a war.
Yes.
The
Uh,
Americans showed us in the past how to stop a war. What do? You don't start a war, you just end it
finish.
before it starts. And sometimes you have to do what you have to do. Tell me what else he did.
So after she made, so she called him a fatty and
Mm.
said that he need to hit the gym, that he need to hit the gym. And I continue with the story, and I quote,
Mhm.
"I said, I need to hit the gym."
Do you hear it, guys? Do you hear it? Do you hear him talk
It's
Japanese? I hear it. We are above him. Just drop it. Let's go.
okay. So he said, so, and I quote, "I need to hit the gym. It's been 6 months since you've had the baby. You shouldn't be looking like that." Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. So toxic. So toxic.
Ice Cube.
So she ran off crying. And I
Mm.
haven't apologized because I don't know if I'm wrong or not. If I'm wrong, and I will go apologize, but I don't know. So tell me, KR, do you think he was wrong? Or you think he was wrong for doing what he
Why are you
did?
running? Why are you running?
Why are you running? Like I said, I mean, there is but so much bullying you can accept. I don't think so. This is the thing, right? My parents taught me don't do what you don't want others to do to you. Don't do to others what you don't want others to do to you. So in this case, he warned her, basically saying, okay, I understand I need to hit the gym. I understand it, but don't keep pushing me. Don't push me because I'm close to the edge. Well, then she thought, you know what? I dare you. I dare you to retaliate. To be honest, I think this whole relationship is becoming very toxic.
So my question to you is, to what extent do you think, so I'm gonna tell, so let me just say, the reactions
Mhm,
received
mhm,
all thought that it was warranted. They called the wife a bully. She shouldn't have been doing that, and so on and
mhm.
so forth. My question is, because when I read it, it seems it mentions, it doesn't say that the woman was saying this prior to the
No,
baby.
because he was fit, right? That's what he said. He
But
was
some people are,
fit.
so in the comments, some people are saying, but maybe it's postpartum depression or syndrome, to what extent do you think that can be a justifiable reason to let it go? Okay. Well,
So,
let it
so,
let it go
so,
then.
so you're trying to tell me it's justified because someone is depressed to bully me?
So
Is
I'm
it
asking,
wrong in my case, in my bullying, to bully back because I'm depressed?
all right. Hey guys, let us know.
If we go down this, you know what, you know how it goes. If you start going down this rabbit hole, you need to keep walking. Just don't just say something. Understand postpartum depression. I mean, it's real.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, the guy warned her, and like I said, it's first of all, it's a toxic relationship at this point. So I don't think maybe they should think about where they're heading after this, because it it might not end well. Let's
Probably
start
to
with
the
that.
gym though.
Well, they will have to both hit the gym. Do it like a couple goals. What about that? Couple goals from fatties, two fatties,
From
from
fatties
two
to fitties.
to fatties. Two fairies and a kid. Maybe that's
Yeah,
there should be their goal. But I think, to
maybe.
be honest, it's not you cannot justify bullying because someone is depressed. I thought bullying was a bad thing. Imagine if the I always say this, right? If the roles are reversed, what would they say about the guy if he was bullying her the whole time? It has to be balanced. It has to be the same for everyone. Just
Yeah.
don't do things you don't want others to do to you. So if he warned you about it, I mean, I
Yeah.
think it's justified. But at the same time, I think the whole relationship is already a bit of a going the wrong direction.
It's a bit rocky. Yeah, it's a bit rocky. Well, that's it for our Reddit segment. Let's start with the main topics of today. Before we proceed, KR, of course, welcome all to. Can you take care of the? Welcome all to another edition of the
I can
Double
take
Thought
care of
Show.
it.
You can't take care of it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. To
Come
another
on.
edition of the no, but you can just pull the other one up. That's why. But anyway, welcome to another edition of the Double Thought Show, guys. Before we proceed, remember to let us know your thoughts on the topic, the Reddit topic we just discussed, whether you think it was warranted or not. In any case, we have a great show for you guys today. But before we proceed, we want to remind you to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Hit the show by pressing the like button. Share the video with your friends, your family, and your enemies. And don't forget to comment and let us know what you think about all the topics we discuss. In this show, we're going to talk about, and you can see it already in the headline, we're going to talk about, well, some city girl of government officials. We're going to talk about city girl mayor Tiffany, or at least city girl mayor being accused of police raids against businesses, basically running the city like a mob. We're going to talk about FBI investigating Tiffany Hainiard for misusing office and even, dare I say, corruption. So that's an ongoing investigation. We're going to talk about that. And we're also going to talk about Fani, Supergirl DA, Super DA. How long does she have, or at least will she conclude the Trump trials? That's going to be a very interesting thing to see. Like I said, guys, this is a show that we need to be so. It's not like a one-sided. So please let us know what you think about the topics we discuss, whether or not you agree or no, or disagree. If you have other things that you think would be beneficial for everyone, please share it with us in the comments so we all can learn from one another. Uh, you wanted to say something, KR?
No. Think we can
Right.
start.
Then I think we can start. Let's just try this.
Let's do this.
Yes, sir. Let's do this. City government being accused of the police race against businesses. So it's not going the right way with Tiffany, man. It's she is now intimidating. It seems like intimidating people that oppose her time as the mayor of the city of Dalton. So it was reported last week that local trustees, I mean, there's been a battle between Tiffany and the local trustees, and it's not going the right direction, to the point now that she's even targeting people who are servicing the trustees with food, etc., etc. RJ, what do you think about that?
Yeah, like I said, she's running the city like a mobster. I saw that there two businesses were protesting, or at least expressing.
Do they look alike? Okay. Nino Brown. She's running it like Nino. She told. I'm a true believer of belief when people tell you who they are. You know that. I mean,
Yeah, you do.
Professor
You always
was
say that.
not on this show.
Yeah, you always say
She,
that.
she showed everyone how it's gonna go down.
Yeah.
She came in. I think it was Halloween, or was it just her birthday? I'm not sure. Dressed like Nino Brown. So this is how New Jack City would be run if Nino Brown was head of Dalton.
Yeah. Well, I think, yeah, when I look at the way she's running the city, I mean, as I was saying, two businesses or entrepreneurs were on the news a couple of nights ago expressing their their
This taste?
dissatisfaction,
Yeah.
dissatisfaction and distaste with, or at least for Tiffany. And what does she do? Well, allegedly, he sends the police the next day to close the stores within 24 hours. If that's not a mob move, I don't know what is.
I have a question. Is she? I mean, we know there are world leaders out here that are being accused of a lot of stuff, particularly one in Siberia. Is
Somewhere
she
around.
Hen Yartin or Tiffanyski running this joint, this Dalton, like it's a Russian municipality?
I
Is this
mean,
how you run? Is this how things run in Russia? And she's basically copying how it's getting done. I mean, next thing we know, one of these business owners end up in a ditch.
yeah. Well, I think if I go, I don't know what her Twitter handle is, but if I were to guess, I would think that it's Tiff Kivara. So, so
Well, the problem is Guevara was trying to give
free,
things away,
liberate.
liberate. This is the other way around. She started trying to she's trying to chain everyone. Huh? Is she? Is she? Let's call it what it is. Is she's trying to create a new plantation down there?
Does seem like that, right?
This is
But just
crazy.
go.
Think
But
about it.
so my question is, how can someone like that, first and foremost, get elected in the first place? And isn't her party talking to her? Are the people in her camp telling her that's not the way it's supposed to be done?
This
But
is
I think that even if they were, she wouldn't listen. Because, and I quote, because this is how I envision the meeting, or at least the confrontation, would look like. Miss Hainier, you can't be doing the things that you're doing. And her response would be, y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Y'all black.
black.
Y'all hating on a black woman.
No, you're hating on Jesus' daughter.
Yo, someone in the comments said in one of the videos, because we had in one of the videos, we talked about the fact that she was comparing herself with the greats, right? So Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, even Jesus. And someone commented, no, someone commented, not Jesus, God. So she was basically saying, my people will perish. Yo, this is
That was on the clip channel, right?
that was a short, if I'm not mistaken.
On the clip channel or
No, on the
the
Double
main
Talk
channel?
Show channel,
Okay.
the main
Anyway,
channel.
if you haven't subscribed yet to the clips channel, don't forget to subscribe. So you're always up to date on these comments because they get heated sometimes.
Yeah. Shout out to Cav on
Everyone
Stage.
comments.
Yeah, man.
No,
So
focus on the haters, man. Come on.
they gave us traction.
They do.
Hey,
They
they
do.
do give us traction. Yeah.
But yeah,
No, but the you mentioned that the trustees, so the Dalton trustees were not satisfied, and they've expressed this
multiple.
numerous times already, right?
They've been basically in a mini civil war down there.
Yeah. But now it's gone further, because Tiffany was saying, no, y'all hating, it's just the opposition. But
Mm,
I believe it went further now, right?
yeah, yeah. Hey, I mean, we've been talking about this for the longest, right? When we first started talking about this topic, we said feds are watching. Don't think feds aren't watching, because I've seen this in the past. I've seen this where feds usually they sit and give you the rope. Why do I have so many references to the past? They give you the rope, and you can do either two things. You leave the rope down there, or you do what Tiffany Henya did and do the Jussie Smollett and put the rope around your own neck
Yeah.
and call the police, or in their case, hang herself.
Yeah.
Hey, it's crazy, but I mean, we've been talking about this for the longest, dude. I mean, the feds always are watching. If you do weird stuff that may look crazy, and she's been doing a lot of weird stuff.
She has.
They have overspent. Just listen, RJ.
Hmm.
They have overspent about $1 million in overtime for the police for her security. $1
The
million.
muscle. In the mop, we call them the muscle. They're the-
The muscle. You gotta pay the muscle. That's true. You gotta pay your muscle. But 1 million overtime for a it's a pretty small town, Dalton. It's not like LA or something. It's not like you got ops all over the place.
well,
Unless
if you if you
you're
if
running
you're if you're running the city like she is, you're bound to have ops all over the place.
well, she had it's always hindsight, but she saw it coming. So that's a good thing of her. But I think The whole thing, what she's doing, it's. I mean, it's not good for for the city. It's
It's
definitely
not.
not good. And at the end of the day, it's the people who voted for her. You asked who voted for her. I think when you vote, this is the thing. You when you're voting, you have to always. One person said in the past, and can't recall who said it, but you have to you have to vote for the person with the smallest PP, because when they're trying to we're at 25, when they're trying to screw you over, it won't hurt.
Yo. Because screw you over, they will.
They will. Politicians will screw you over, but you should vote for the one with the smallest. That was a crazy. I don't know. I can't remember who said it, but that was crazy. I can remember that. But the thing is, she probably ran on female first. I'm black. Vote for me, and all that stuff. And then people start gravitating towards that and not looking at her past and her qualifications. And that's how she got into that place, I think. I mean, that's how you people get voted into these kind of um
Yeah.
positions.
But voting has to do with popularity.
Yeah.
So it's a popularity contest. But again, my question is this, weren't there other candidates that were better? But this is what happens when you throw meritocracy out the way.
Mhm.
You throw it in the trash and you start voting for people because you like them, or because you want you want, the first something, the first
Identity politics.
Asian, yeah, the first Asian, the first black, the first woman. I mean,
The first idiot.
is that what you want? And I mean, and that's the first thing. And secondly, let's just think about it rationally. Every 4 years there is the FIFA World Cup
Mhm.
soccer. Now, the best of the best teams of all region, of all parts of the world, come
Continue.
together and play against each other to see who is the better team that year. At least who wins the championship. You don't necessarily need to be the better team, but if you won, then technically you are. In any case, when you get to the World Cup as a country, you need to be proud, right? But you also want to win. That's your first goal. Your second goal is not to lose by 9 points. So it's, yeah, I want to be represented somewhere, but I want to be represented good as well. I don't want to put someone there that will jeopardize my people. If you just put the first, if you are, for example, black, and you'll say, or you're a black woman and say, no, the person there needs to be a black woman. I'm voting for a black woman, so a black woman gets the seat. If that black woman does what Tiffany Henyard is doing right now, it can have a negative effect for the future, because people won't say Tiffany Henyard. She got voted in due to the identity politics. And so what will happen? They will say, oh, remember the last time, or at least you run the risk of people saying, remember the last time we we voted for a young black female to become mayor. Now, if she got the job based on her merits, like things that she's accomplished, and that's the reason why she got voted in. And we're going to talk about Fani Willis in a bit, but I believe that Fani Willis did earn it, that the to become the DA. Then if it doesn't pan out, or if it doesn't go the way it's you thought it should have gone, they wouldn't say, you can't point it to the fact that she's a lady or black, because she didn't, it wasn't like a identity thing, it was a merit thing. She deserved it, she earned it. And so yeah, now Dalton has it's a,
Big problem on their hands, man.
if I were the ops, I wouldn't visit any pizza restaurants anytime
Pizza,
soon.
pizza restaurants. Don't situate your back towards the door. Always sit with your face towards the door so you can see who's running up.
Yeah.
Make sure you keep the act right at your side in case someone will come delete you.
Remember there was a lady, I think she was also a mayor, right? But she was a Latina mayor. And she had bodyguards who were affiliated.
Was she a mayor or was she a mayor?
I think she was a
I remember
mayor.
the story. I remember the story, but I don't know if she was a. Was she? Maybe she was a mayor. Was she?
I think it was somewhere in the vicinity of I think it was in Michigan, to be honest.
But at the end of the day, so the question we can ask ourselves now is, how long does City Girl Mayor have outside with us before she joins the savages that are locked up? How much do you think? How long? Will she make it to see the president's second term? And it doesn't matter who. It's one of the two. Will she make it to that?
To what? To
The second term of the president, whether it's the one or the other, because it's both second term. So will she make it to November? After November?
I think she will. I think she will. I think she
That would
will.
be crazy if we see if they arrest her and they do the perp walk with her.
You know, hey,
So that would be a lovely
ki-
picture.
the killer Mike walk. I'm gonna tell you something. Man.
The killer Mike.
Hey,
Killer Mike walk with her, man.
if there's one thing we've seen is that they are willing to do this type of walks with black people. So
They are, yeah, they
it
are.
wouldn't surprise me. You remember Sam Bankman? They when they caught him, well,
He
they
was
did do
crazy now.
they- yeah, he did do they did do the walk with him in, where was it? Barbados?
Mm-hmm. She's gonna look like this.
Oh, man.
That's an old picture. Apparently, she got arrested before
I can
For-
believe that.
for trespassing or something like that.
I can see that. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. Y'all black. Y'all hating on a black woman. That's what she said. And the funny thing is, all the trustees, if I'm not mistaken, if not all, almost all of them were also black. And they were looking at her like, is she really playing the black card right now? You've been
Against black people.
overspending, running the city like a gangster, and now you're really playing the black card right now? It's
Imagine playing the black card against other black people. That's how her brain works, right?
yeah. Well, it's what did chaos always say? The sign language, right?
Mm.
Shame, insult, guilt, and the need to be right. And I
Mm.
think she has, I mean,
It's all the above.
it's all of the above. It's a sign language. It's sign language.
Yes,
Yeah.
guess where you also talk sign language. We don't talk it, but
Where?
in jail.
Yeah.
What's this? I don't know. Is this a gang sign?
Yo, I sent you a video. I don't remember. I don't know if you saw the video I sent you of a deaf guy in the hood. Did you see it?
I didn't see it, but I
You
already
didn't
got it
see it?
back.
Oh
I got
man, we
it
need
back.
to.
This is how you get deleted. Don't be a deaf guy in the hood, man. Oh man,
Wait. Let me see if I can.
you cannot
Let
show
me.
it, dude. Maybe it's copyrighted.
Also,
Maybe it's copyrighted by the person who created
uh,
it.
then I won't show. Well, I'll send it to you
Send it to
in a
me,
private.
then. Yeah,
Yeah,
send it to
send it
me.
in a private.
But hey, let's talk about this. Well, she's a city government DA, not in the way um Tiffany is,
Yeah.
but she did some crazy stuff last 2 weeks ago. Oh, was it last week?
Mhm.
Fani Willis. She went on the bench and was doing crazy stuff during a testimony, talking about it's all a lie, challenging. Well, I have to say, the lawyer did. Maybe the lawyer basically. Maybe hindsight is always 2020 because we're gonna talk about what happened last Friday, where they basically seemed like they gave her all the rope again, a rope
Yeah.
set. It was like shibari. If you don't Google shibari, guys, you'll end up someplace else. But it was, they gave her all the rope, and she was, some people would say, showing her ass to the opposing counsel, showing him who is the queen of Atlanta. I have to say though, I'll be honest. The female lawyer who was leading, who started off, she lost total control very early. You could clearly see either she was intimidated, or I'm not sure. Maybe she gave her all the rope. What do you think about that?
Well, I think that the judge is the one that needed to contain Fani, and
Mm,
he didn't. He appeared weak, in my opinion. I'm
mm.
just gonna just so that's the word, weak. And Fani came in, and sat, and you could see she was standing, waiting with her hands on the hips, like, okay,
That was
yeah, can
crazy.
I go now? Went, sat down. I want copies of three
Yeah,
copies of the three documents that were filed yesterday. Then she said there were lies. You told lies. This, lies. Here, lies. And then hit it on the bench, of course. Let me see. I don't want to break anything. It's a lie. It's a lie. All lies. All lies.
Quit
And the
playing.
judge
I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. I'm fighting for my life.
and the judge permitted it. And it was the judge's responsibility, in my opinion, to maintain order in the court, in the in the courtroom.
and you
So
say this, because you are a practicing lawyer, not in the states, but you have experience
of
in,
course,
in
yeah,
the court.
of course,
I'm
yeah.
just making sure that people know your credentials, that you're not some bum at the corner of the street who's giving his opinion on this whole
No,
stuff.
no, I'm a bum in the courtroom. So when I'm not a, I'm not a regular bum, guys. I'm a bum.
I'm a special one. I'm the special one. Oh no, but yeah.
No, but it was a judge's responsibility. Now
Mm,
you could see that the judge was saying, "No, we're all grown ups here, so I think you
yeah.
should." But the woman was talking, so Fanny was talking
Very right.
reckless to the judge as
Very
well,
reckless, dude.
and you could see that the judge was intimidated by him. Now I saw
Him?
somewhere
You
that
mean before
Fanny
him?
by her. Come on, man.
Just making sure. Just making sure.
By her masculine energy.
That's
So
what I mean. That's why I'm trying to.
come on, man. Oh man, come on, man.
Yeah,
Come on,
continue,
man.
man. Sorry. Continue.
And the judge was saying, when, in my opinion, when people say, guys, we're all grown-ups here, I'm not gonna tell you what you need to do,
Mm,
that's a sign that you're afraid
mm.
of telling people what to do.
But
Because Fani was doing whatever. No, let me explain. I want to explain.
yeah, that was crazy.
Oh, that was cute what you did right there. That was cute what you did right there.
But to be fair, right? He's he's also looking out for how the media might portray him. Because let's say if he moves a bit too harsh towards her, he's a white male. They might say the judge is a MAGA dude. You never know.
Yeah, but
Even though he has affiliations with with the DA office, from what I
exactly.
understand.
Yeah, and I understand that if it's not Fani directly, then it was someone, at least an organization that Fani was first part of, who helped the judge in his campaign. So there was like one or more campaign, and she paid for it. Not a lot of money, so it's not like bribery, and
It's a
you can always.
donation.
It was
It's
a
a
donation, yeah.
donation. We don't have
But you
to
can see,
do
yeah,
anything.
but you can see Fani. You can see her. She was sitting there talking reckless to the judge, and if you talk reckless to the judge and the judge accepts it, it's just like a referee, KR, in a game. A referee is the one that's supposed to maintain order in a game. And if the refs are weak, then no one will respect the refs. And that will create chaos on the field. And it's the same goes for the courtroom. Fani came in and was like, I knew because they asked her, you came down here, but
Yeah, that was pretty weird.
yeah,
True.
we didn't call you yet. Yeah, in hyphen yet, quotation marks. And she said, no, but it was obvious, right? You made um what's the dude's name?
Nathan?
You made
Nathan Wade.
you called Nathan Wade to the stand yesterday. So I only assumed that it was logical that I would be up today, right?
No, it was right before her, right? Not a day before her.
Well, same difference. No one
Yeah.
invited her to the party.
No one
That's it.
invited her. She said
Well, he
basically said,
did, because we're going to talk about the phone calls in a bit. So probably while he was being
before
interrogated.
before we go to this phone call. One thing that's I think this is the thing where everyone knew she was watching, but no one dared to say she was watching the testimony of what Nathan, because this is the thing. It's almost impossible that someone sits, let's say, next door. That's because her story was someone in her crew said, "You're up next." And then she rushed down to stand to be ready. I think, but I mean, there is no proof, so it's only a thought. It's a let's give it a 2 minutes thought. She was basically watching and saw that it wasn't going that well, and because of that anxiety that she's having, she's like, "Oh, I need to go down to save my case." That's the feeling I get from this whole thing. And then she sat there, and what that's when her performance started with where are the documents? Give me the documents. She was basically she took the lead right away. She was sitting there ruling like a queen. She is. I mean, she's a queen. She's the highest. She's the highest person, the highest cop of the city. DA is kind of a cop, right? Right? It's kind of a cop. You're kind of a
No,
cop.
a DA is not a cop. No, a DA is the cops are the, let's say, enforcers.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have like the enforcers and the ones that are doing the so the investigation on a in the initial stages, but sometimes afterwards as well. So you have detectives that go deeper, analyze cases, etc. But they all work. Let's say they fall under the prosecutors, and the prosecutors are, let's say, the brain behind the brains, or at least they're supposed to be the brains in the criminal in the criminal
Court.
prosecution, yeah, the criminal prosecution sector. Let me
Mm.
call it that for the lack of a better word.
Mm.
And so the prosecutors are the ones that will determine. So they take the case to court and they will say, so this is what we demand.
But
And they
doesn't
will,
the DA set out goals
yeah, of course.
for the
Yeah.
cops?
Yeah. They need to have like targets, right?
Targets. So that's who. So technically, she is a not exactly a cop, but she's like the leader of that group.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you put it like that, if you want to put it like that, yes. But she's not a cop. It's like
Okay,
she's
she's not standing at the corner with the blicky like,
go
"Halt,
go
young Tuck, don't move."
go call her a cop. Go call her a cop.
Oh, well, I won't. I won't. I don't dare
I'm a
to
cop. I'm a
ins-
cop. This right here. It's a lie.
I don't dare to insult a queen, a black queen. I don't do that. I have respect for the black queen. Who doesn't respect herself? Anyway, let's talk about what this case is really about, because one of the comments, I mean, like we said before in the show, go subscribe to the Double Touch Show clips, because that's where all the interaction is happening. We have people commenting and asking questions, and one of the asked questions that was asked last week was by CMAX17. Shout out to CMAX17 for watching the video and also asking the following. Let me share my screen. Maybe you can read it. Guess you can't. He asked the following: can someone explain how the DA having a intimate relationship with the special prosecutor is a conflict of interest with the Trump case? What is the role of the special prosecutor in this particular instance? Is the role to determine if the charge is warranted, or is the role to assist the charges that have been or will be filed? If it's the latter, please explain what the problem is, given that this is not a personal conflict between Willis and Trump. It seems that Willis simply hired an assistant. Maybe you can dive a bit deeper into this, RJ. You're on mute? Or is it my side?
Yes, yeah, I'm on mute. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, so the issue isn't Trump, because one thing that she said is true. One thing that Fani Willis said is true. I'm not on trial here. After the facts that we will discuss in a bit, we can add the word yet to it, probably. But so the problem isn't a conflict between Wade and Trump, right?
Willis.
No, okay. If you check the comment, I think it said the last
So Willis.
sentence. Yeah.
between
Okay.
Willis.
So this is not a personal conflict between Willis and Trump. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So
So funny.
yeah. So the issue is Fani Willis and Trump. That's true. Now, the district attorney is Fani Willis. Fani
Mhm.
Willis is tasked with prosecuting cases. And as such, it can appoint, or it has to appoint, a special prosecutor or a special counsel. In this case, she selected Nathan Wade, right? And what is important to remember is that Fani Willis has a public role and a public responsibility, right? So, as the prosecutor, you're part of the governmental system.
Mhm.
Okay. As such, there are certain rules that are that you need to adhere to. If I am an accountant and I get appointed, I work for the government and I go work in the financial sector because of my financial uh, experience. I cannot misuse it for personal reasons. I need to keep everything straightforward because I'm not here to represent myself. I'm here to represent the government or a governmental body. So in this case, we need to remember that Fani has a public role in selecting the prosecutor, the special prosecutor. You need to hire the best man or woman for the job. To do so, yeah, you want to say something?
Yes, she said she tried. He wasn't her first choice. Keep that in mind.
Yeah,
But because she knew what you're about to say right here.
yeah.
You can continue.
So when selecting someone, that person would also need to fulfill a public role. So you need to make sure to select the best person for the job. If you select someone without, if you select someone because that person is your friend, your family member, or whatever, simply so you select them purely based on that, then you're misusing the public office that you have. So there are certain responsibilities. The conflict of interest here relates to Fani hiring Wade because there's the idea, there's a suspicion that Wade was hired because of a personal relationship that he had with Fani. Again, who are you doing at this surface when you do things like this? Not Trump, but the people. The people who you should be representing as a public official. So, does that mean that you should never hire? And I'm gonna get to the specifics of this particular matter in a bit, but just in general to conclude, does it mean that you can never hire someone you know or you have a dear relationship with? No. What's important is that it's important. What's important is that the process of acquiring a new team member is transparent, is fair, and at the end of the day, you need to choose objectively the best man or woman for the job. Okay. It has been made public that Fanny and Wade had a relationship with each other, a
Romantic.
romantic relationship. Well, I don't know if there was romance. It was a physical relationship in any case. And
Sneaky link.
the and this was when Wade was still married. So the suspicions arose that Wade was selected because they had a relationship with one another. And they couldn't deny that they had a relationship. The physical relationship, that is, while Wade was married. The question then became, did it happen before Wade was hired or after? Now, understanding what the supporter said in the comments, if the relationship happened after he was hired, hey, I hired the best man for the job or the best woman for the job, and we fell in love, and then we start hitting it. It can
Well,
happen. It's
I,
not
I hope
ethical.
I hope not that we start hitting it. I hope he's the only one who's hitting it. But okay.
Who knows? If that.
Why did I have to say that? Well, anyway, continue.
The quests, yeah. So that would be, you can still argue that it's not really, it's frowned upon. You can argue that it's frowned upon. It shouldn't have happened. But at least the appointment took place in a fair way. It's just, it happened, an office affair.
Which happens quite a lot.
Which
No,
happens quite a lot. Probably during a Christmas party.
no, that's when it spills over. Usually, it happened before that.
Maybe. Where was I? Yeah. So so they were arguing, that it happened afterwards and that the appointment took place before that. But people, especially those that wanted Fanny off of the, wanted to get rid of Fanny as the DA, at least presiding over this particular case. We're saying, but if we look at Wade's background, he really doesn't have a lot of experiences in this area. So they continue digging, KaiR.
Mm-hmm. But before we go there, before we continue digging, I want to summarize real quick an example of what you just described. It's basically if you so if you do it in a corporate situation, it's very unethical to do the following. Let's say you're the team lead or the manager of a department, and you have a project that requires an external person to do it. You try to search for other people to find it. You don't find the right person to do it. You end up with, let's say, your wife. Your wife is a freelancer, and she can do the job. What usual ethical, I mean, a lot of corporate companies try to avoid this situation where you're hiring your external wife to do a job in that situation. What a lot of corporate companies require in that situation is for you to report this to who you're reporting to. Your superior.
Disclosed it.
Disclose it. So you gotta set the case where, okay, I've tried to hire the right person, but I haven't found the right person. No one wants to do it, or for the amount we can do it, we want to do it. We have here a woman that happens to be my wife, or even worse, she's my side piece. I don't. She's a sneaky link. We have a relationship, but she can do it, and I know she can do it. Or do you agree for us to hire her? If she had done simply that, just go to whoever she's reporting to and said, I have a personal relationship with this person. I want to hire them. Do you agree? Then the decision is off her hand, and it wouldn't have been a problem. Because she in that case, she's not the one who's making the decision.
Yeah.
But
But
right
that's
now,
yeah.
right now, she made a decision to hire her sneaky link, which got her into trouble. Because the backside, the back end of this is that not only did she hire him, they went on vacations together. So what if you hired that person so you can get basically on the back end some money or a good vacation?
So the that goes. So what you said, the first part has to do with transparency.
Yep.
That's what I said as well. And
I just summarized.
no. You formalized it more. So the more I was talking about the case in general,
Mhm.
but the what you said, the way you worded it is more the rule. So this is the rule. So the principle,
Yeah.
basically, how it is.
Yeah.
It comes down to transparency.
Yep.
What is also a red flag is the fact that this man got $650,000, and then they went to all the trips that you talked about. So that's also being seen as it's not like he got a 90,000 or 100,000 or 150,000. He got paid $650,000 for the job,
More than the average, they say.
more than average. And afterwards, you see them going places, and that's also it's an
Aruba.
indication. It's an in the Belize, Aruba cruises. It's an indication that there might have been foul play there. Like KR said, I'm not going to report it and be transparent. I'm going to hire you. I'm going to say this is what it's worth. And then, but he's my sneaky link, or at least I'm her sneaky link. And then we'll go together on trips, and I can still profit from all the trips. Thereby, as you said, KR, getting the money from the back end.
Nice setup.
So now the question is, KR, but in court, she kept on saying and confirming that before the man was appointed, before 2022, they never had any physical and or romantic relationship or relations with one another. It was purely professional because he was, I believe, his teacher at a conference or something to that extent, and she always looked up to him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she was looking up. Ask her what was in her mouth.
She couldn't talk.
Yeah.
It was a mouthful.
While she was looking up to him.
Yeah.
What happened was, because you said 2022, Trump's lawyer started digging. Because this is where the point where you're gonna go, right? Was he? You mentioned it. Is he appointed before or after the relationship?
The affair, yeah.
Was the relationship there before he was appointed, or did they got the relationship after? Because this is now the key point. This is at this point we are in a legal battle. It's about small things, details. It's not about the big picture anymore. It's about finding that hole to plug into. Oh, oh, I'm cooking, baby. I'm cooking. I'm cooking today. So the question now raises, because they went and dug up all the records of the mobile phones. Can show you my mobile. I'm poor. Hey, wait a second. Before we go, before we continue, don't forget what my name is. Inverse balling from a mouse basis. So I don't have no phones. They cannot get me on this one. I'm a poor guy. I still communicate by Telegram. Anyway, so hey, they went up and dug up all the cell phone data.
They did.
They did. And it might seem that Fanny and Nathan were pushing P. Well, we know Fani was pushing the P upon Nathan. But the question is, are they both pushing the P of perjury now?
Which is lying in court,
Oh,
lying on the stand.
they stood there because they said they didn't had any relationship, romantic or plug-in relationship before 2022.
That's what they said.
The cell phone data showed that Nathan was showing up 4 o'clock at night. Oh, no, 11 o'clock at night, and was leaving 4 o'clock, the vicinity of where Fani used to lay her head.
Yeah. Yeah. There was because there were a couple examples mentioned, right, by Trump's lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
But a couple of other factors. In 2021, I believe they called each other 12,000 times in 11 months' time. So in 11 months, they called each other 12,000 times. That's almost 1,100 times per month. They texted each other continuously as well. Or maybe it was texting as much. I don't know. But in any case, I don't text with anyone that much, let
I know.
alone someone that I don't know.
I know.
And
I
one
know.
of the
I know
and
who does that.
who does that?
A man who's deeply, or maybe it's two things, RJ. It's either you're deeply in love or you're deeply stuck in the friend zone.
Or you're deeply in financial trouble. It's also a
Well,
possibility.
well, if you're in financial trouble, you might start loving people to get the money.
Yeah. But there was one particular call that I want to mention
Mm,
because they were saying, because where she lived, as I understand, you have the airport there
mm.
in the vicinity. And they were saying, and there was another place, but one of the arguments was, and Fanny didn't say it explicitly, but I think that's why they mentioned it. And the lawyer said as well, we know that there are two key points there in the same vicinity that Nathan Wade would have had to drive to, right? So the airport. So they didn't only look at the amount of times that he was in that cell phone range, but also how long he stayed there. And they concluded that Nathan Wade was there in 2021 about 35 times. And that was
Mm.
before the appointment. During one of the calls, or at least in one of the instances, they can see that Fani called Wade at 11:30 at night. That phone conversation lasted for about 40 minutes. And during those 40 minutes, the cell phone towers picked up Nathan Wade leaving his house, heading to Fani. So as he was driving, they were still talking.
I'm coming over. Get the warm it up for me, baby. I'm coming
Stop
over.
pushing that
Wait a
play. Stop
second. Wait
pushing
a
that play.
second. Wait a second. I'm coming over. I almost forgot the over.
So when they got there, so and that's the instance that you mentioned, I believe, that when he got there, he stayed there and got back home, or at least at left or got back home at 4:30
A.M.
a.m. And about 15 minutes later, he messaged Fanny. Can you
Mm.
guys guess? Guys, can you guys guess what the message probably was? We don't know for certain, but I think we all know. We don't know for certain, but I think we can all guess.
Let me guess. I can guess. I can guess. I'm wanna wrap you in my warm embrace.
That's not it.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
It's probably got home safe, babe. That's the kind
Oh,
of text.
it was warm. Thank you for warming it up for me.
Hope the soreness passes, love. My God.
Jesus. Hey, this
So
is crazy,
it's
dude. If you think about this, I don't know. Is this perjury? But what has happened now is that the Fulton County DA's office rejected the claims of the data. So this is what CNN dropped on Friday or Saturday. It was, I think, the Saturday or Friday night. Lawyers representing the Fulton County District Attorney's Office are forcefully pushing back on the allegations of former President Trump's and his co-defendants that cell phone data suggests that the relationship between Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis and a top prosecutor in the Georgia election subversion case started prior to the time they both testified to last week, according to a court filing Friday evening. The DA's office, responding to an earlier motion filed by Trump's attorney in the case, said that the cited telephone records do not provide anything relevant and should be considered as evidence in proceedings to decide whether Willis should be disqualified. They say the records do nothing more than demonstrate that the special prosecutor Wade's telephone was located somewhere within the densely populated multiple mile radius where various residences, restaurants, bars, nightclubs, and other businesses are located. The prosecutor write in the Friday night filing, the records do not prove in any way the content of the communications between Special Prosecutor Wade and District Attorney Willis. They do not prove that the Special Prosecutor Wade was ever at any particular location or address. They do not prove that the Special Prosecutor Wade and District Attorney Willis were ever in the same place during any of the times listed. The DA's office also urged that there is evidence showing Willis and Wade were not in the same place on the dates listed, including at work at Fulton County office and visiting, and in full capital letters, and visiting the 3 crime scenes where a mass deletion motivated by race and gender bias had taken place. Why did they have to put this there?
Of course they did. Of course.
Wow.
Now this is just the color. Yeah. Attack on a black woman. Y'all should be. I'm gonna keep quoting Tiffany Haynard. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Y'all black. Y'all hating on a black woman. Yeah. Hey,
It's crazy.
I think it's looking bad for Fani. So whether or not she will step down herself, I don't think she will, because if she does, then it would be admitting. But KR, if you call me at 11:30 at night and I get out the car at 11:30 at night, so almost midnight, and then to your vicinity, and then when I get home, I message you. Well, so that means that if she was up, uh, Fani was up at 11:30, called him as he was. We should believe that he was heading to a club,
Mm-hmm.
and she happened to
With a
call her.
man, trying to
Yeah,
get some young calico.
and he went to the club. Uh, I mean, it's known that he's a cheater, so densely
Wa-
populated.
Wasn't it his wife who cheated on him first?
If you're married and you sleep with someone else, you're also a cheater.
Oh, but I guess
Her
maybe
wife,
I got the rules wrong.
so her
Maybe
wife cheated too,
his wife.
baby.
His wife cheated
His
first
wife, yeah,
with his, I think, of her best friend. But
something like that. Yeah, yeah,
no,
something like
no.
some kind of friend.
It's always your own people who stab you in the back.
Yeah, or in
It
this
seems
case, your
like in this
wife.
case, your wife, but also your friend, even your mentor might stab you in the back. Well, not in the back, but in the anyway.
Yeah,
It's looking bad. That's all we can say now. It's not. We'll see what the judge says about this. But I don't think. Yeah, I don't think this is. I don't think they expected this for them to
I don't
dig.
think so. I don't think so either. And the case just become more interesting because Fanny said, and she was right. This isn't perjury. She's right. It's not perjury. Well, no, she said the case isn't. I'm not being prosecuted. That's
Mhm.
right. But if this is perjury, or maybe KR, sometimes in matters like these, maybe it's not perjury.
Uh-huh.
Maybe let's say everything she's saying is right. Is correct. But the ethical thing to do is to step down
Mhm.
because there's so much things that aren't right. And remember, there are also witnesses that are willing to say, hey, we are willing to testify. Her best friend, Svani's best friend, said, and I saw that AV to the seventh power and TLA they call her two chains because she had like the glasses and like two big
Yeah,
chains.
yeah, yeah. The granny glasses.
Granny glasses with the two chains, but two chains was also she was also um she was also she also said that it started before that. So if it seems like it's the best thing to do. It got messy the moment that they slept with each other, whether it was before or after. But
Mhm.
now it's getting messier.
Yeah.
I think the best thing to do would be to step down, but when you have power, you won't relinquish it. We saw Tiffany is didn't relinquish it, and she won't either. That's the fact of the matter.
I think that's a good way to end the show.
Think so too, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Whatever your thoughts are, please let us know in the comment section below. Rate the show by pressing the like button. Share the video with your friends, your family, and your enemies. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. Go check us out on Double Thought Clips as well. That's our Clips channel. With that said, it's been a pleasure, and we'll see each other in the next one. Until next time,
Please
peace.
get up, stand up. Stand up
Stand up.
for your rights.